I went down and I had some breakfast at the hotel, and the waitress there wouldn't even talk to me. I kind of just wanted somebody to talk to me and tell me like everything's gonna be okay. And as I was going back to my room, this woman carrying a cart of linens, who was catering an event on the 9th floor, happened to come in to the elevator with me. And I was sitting there thinking, maybe I should just finish what I started the night before, because I really don't feel any different. In the fear, in the shame, in the guilt of my sin and everything that I've done just gripped my heart again. And I thought to myself, I'm going to end everything, and this is it for me. And that's when the woman in the elevator just started making small talk with me. Just started asking me questions. Were you in the military? And I just answered yes. She probably just saw this haircut, and I just said yes, and I never was. And she reached out her hand, and she said, thank you for your service. And I felt like the worst person in the world, because now I'm stealing somebody's honor who defended this country, and I've never done a good thing in my life. And all those thoughts came back to me that I'm worthless, I'm a loser, I lie about everything, I'm no good, and it's better that I just take my life. And as I stepped out of the elevator onto my floor, the woman stepped out with me. Her name was Maria. She said, I need to ask you something else. And I turned and I looked at her, and I noticed that the doors were shut and her stuff was still on there. And I said, ma'am, your stuff's on the elevator. And she said, it doesn't matter. I don't care right now. And I felt something like just take hold of my heart before she even spoke. And she said, I need to ask you a question. And she looked right at me and she said, if you were to die today, are you 100% sure you're going to heaven? Any other time in my life, I would have said, get away from me. I don't need that right now. But it struck my heart. It was like something just drove straight through my heart. And I began to cry, and I said, no, I'm not. And that's the question I've been asking myself. And this woman looked right at me and she said, God is calling me to you right now, and he doesn't want you to do what you're about to do. And I said, what's that? And she looked at me with tears in her eyes and said, you want to take your life.